those who steal secrets and publish them in the newspaper.
It happened before. In 1971, a whistleblower published on the front page of the New York Times about the United States' political military involvement in Vietnam and how the government has systematically lied not only to the public but also to Congress. Triggering our age of high-stakes secrecy, explosive news, leaks, and trafficking of classified information, WikiLeaks has forever changed the game. It allows whistleblowers to anonymously leak covert data, shining a light on the dark recesses of government secrets and corporate crimes. Florida International University is the only higher education institution in Florida to sponsor the American Whistleblower Tour, a venue that reaches young people around the world and educates them about what they might encounter when they are in the workforce. Recently, Edward Snowden, a private contractor for the NSA, the National Security Agency, rocked the world by blowing the whistle and disclosing documents on the government's espionage programs on world leaders as well as on American citizens. We're here at the Florida International University for the Whistleblower American Tour that will take place today. Today we'll have the opportunity to speak with former whistleblowers Jesselyn Radack, Thomas Drake, and the president of the Government Accountability Program, Louis Clark, who will explain to us the importance of this program and what we as civilians need to know and how to become informed. Attending the event, journalism and law students had the opportunity to learn firsthand on the merits and consequences of denouncing wrongdoings. Attorney Jesselyn Radack, the current legal counsel for Edward Snowden, explains the repercussions of being a whistleblower.
When I blew the whistle on prosecutorial misconduct at the Justice Department, I ended up being put under criminal investigation. I was never told for what. I was referred to the state bars in which I'm licensed as an attorney, and I was put on the no-fly list. So it was obviously a very draconian response to treat me like a terrorist. And in fact, I was called a traitor and a turncoat and a terrorist sympathizer in the New York Times.
What does the First Amendment mean to you today, after everything that you've gone through?
Wow, the First Amendment means everything. I'm a free speech absolutist. Even speech I don't like, it needs to be out there. And I feel like there's been a huge war on information in terms of a crackdown on whistleblowers and journalists and hacktivists. People who are dealing with information that the government doesn't like have come under a lot of government scrutiny and even criminal charges.
Valerie Plame recently said that 80% of intel and security is contracted, privatized. Do you think that is the right of corporations to appoint those positions, or isn't that the government's?
Well, it is the job of the government. What's considered what are called inherently governmental functions have been essentially outsourced en masse to contractors. I mean, it's really been reversed. You're now seeing basically where we've sold out national security to private contractors who have a huge profit motive. It's a revenue stream and it's guaranteed. And it's basically a redistribution of vast amounts of wealth from the American taxpayer into their coffers. And for what? What can citizens do? What can those who are going to be the leaders of tomorrow today do, especially here at FIU, where you have the chance to debate and discuss and explore all of these in a way that you may not later when you actually have a job and you're out there in the real world, as it were. This is the time to explore fundamentally what matters the most. Freedom is not free. It's not just a default. It's not just given to us. We have to take care of it. We actually have to preserve, protect, and defend it.
What we find over time is that people like Daniel Ellsberg, who was also excoriated back under the Nixon administration, was called a traitor, Espionage Act charges filed against him, and he's now a national hero. And I think over time what we find is that these people who do these things, after we find out what impact it had on society and on our culture, it sort of washes itself out, and the people sort of, history treats them much better than contemporary society does.
If you want the truth, you should seek it out for yourself. That's what they're afraid of. You.